What we got? 5 steps to build your family business credit. Now, I may go through this kind of fast. You know, I do my dance fast, my fast dance. But I will take callers. How about that? If you got a question, you know, you can call in 563-999-3625. Just press 1 on your keypad, and I'll answer some questions. You know, I know a little something about credit. I know a little something about business credit. I just don't advertise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here saying that I'm the man. So, yeah. With that being said, you know, credit at least in this country is absolutely necessary to be successful, and I would say almost in most cases absolutely necessary to build wealth. Now, if you have wealth or you come from a family that is wealthy, I would say that wouldn't necessarily be true. But if you don't come from a family that has wealth, assets, so on and so forth, you know, credit is going to be essential, or at the very least, very, very beneficial in building, you know, that wealth, that family wealth. That, you know, I trust that most all of us are looking to achieve, you know, to establish. Let me find what I'm looking for real quick. I'm looking for... So, this is assuming automatically and obviously that there's already a business created. And that would mean registration at the Secretary of State level for an LLC or corporation. Excuse me. That there has been obtained an EIN for the business, a federal EIN, employee identification number for the business. And I'm just going to say, you know, that the business checking account has been established. All right? We're going to say that this is just the floor. Now, Paydex Score. A lot of people talk about the Paydex Score. You know, I got to get a Paydex Score, blah, blah, blah. I want to tell y'all real quick right now, off top. A Paydex Score is only payment timing. The Paydex Score is not like a FICO score. The Paydex is a 1 to 100 weighted numerical score of payment performance. The score is calculated by using up to 875 of the last payment experiences reported by vendors. An 80 is considered an ideal Paydex score. However, 80 is just saying that things are paid on time. If you want to get a score above 80, you have to pay early. I'm going to tell y'all this again. And if you're talking about Paydex, we're talking about Dun & Bradstreet, man. So, number 1, create or obtain a Dun & Bradstreet number. Now, these are free. The company will tell you that you got to pay for them. But, nah, son. Now, as far as how do you get it, you can go to the website, obtain, I think it's dnb.com. They've changed it a lot. It's been a while since I, got one. I was going to be honest with y'all. They changed it a lot. Last time I went to the website, I don't even know what I was looking at, man. But there's a way to obtain a DNB number, a Dun & Bradstreet number, without having to pay a fee. All right? Dun & Bradstreet controls the majority of business credit reporting in the United States. And you have Experian business, and you got an Equifax business and TransUnion business to a lesser extent. All right? So you gotta get it. I'm gonna tell you another thing. If you sign up for a Dun & Bradstreet account, do not check the company's Dun & Bradstreet credit score more than once every 2 weeks, or you will be penalized. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I want y'all to look into SageStream, SAGE space STREAM. I want you to look into LexisNexis, LEXISNEXIS. I want you to look into Microbilt Corporation, MICROBILT Corporation. And I want you to look into Innovis, INNOVIS. And do your due diligence, man. That's all I'm going to say on that, man. That's it. You hear me? So, you got your DNB, Dun & Bradstreet number, right? That's number one. You need to get it. You need to get that. Now, how do I say this? Dun & Bradstreet keeps track of vendor credit. All right, and they keep track and they keep tabs on what is known as net credit. Net credit is credit that is extended to a business or an individual, and it must be paid back within a net period of time. So, like within 15 days, net 15. You got net 30, net 45, net 55, net 90. And what it means is you purchase it, the business purchases an item, and the full amount of the purchase price or charge must be repaid within that net amount of time. So if it's 15 days, it must be paid in 15 days. That's net credit. Then you got a revolving credit. Revolving credit is like credit cards and what you're used to and stuff, where you get a card they give your business a credit limit. Let's say $5,000 on a business credit card. You charge $1,000 on it, and you pay the minimum payment every month. $10, $20, $50, whatever it is. That's called revolving credit. The balance or the amount owed revolves onto the next billing cycle every month if it isn't paid in full. That's not available in net credit. So Dun & Bradstreet mostly keeps track of net credit. And why do you want to go to Dun & Bradstreet, DNB.com, DanielNathanBerry.com, and do not pay for it. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't have to. Now, you places like what I'm going to tell you, Pitney Bowes, PITNEYBOWES, companies like Quill, QUILL, companies like MSC Industrial Supply, companies like Uline, companies like Granger. These are net accounts or net business accounts that are offered to businesses by these companies. They're not revolving accounts. They're net accounts. And these accounts are going to be reported to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, you can set up an account with Uline or Granger, a business account, MSC Industrial Supply, these companies, without getting the DUNS number, the Dun & Bradstreet number, or DUNS number. And what will happen is these companies will report the payment history to Dun & Bradstreet, and Dun & Bradstreet will create a profile on your business and assign a DUNS number. The reason why you don't want to let this happen is because the companies and Dun & Bradstreet themselves can report incorrect information. And correcting incorrect information on company credit reports is difficult because there is no Fair Credit Reporting Act for businesses. That's only for consumers. So get your DUNS number first. That's what you're going to want to do. So you got the articles of organization. You have the employee identification number. You have the business checking account. You have the company DUNS number. Next thing you want to do, in my opinion, the first thing that you want to do is set up accounts. This is, step 2. Set up accounts with Pitney Bowes, Pitneybows. Now, you don't have to. This is an option. But Pitney Bowes, it's like a postage meter. It's like $25 a month. It's pretty low cost. If you don't use postage, though, maybe you don't want to do that. So you got Pitney Bowes, you got Quill. Every business uses office supplies. Every business has accounts payable. MSC Industrial Supply, janitorial. Uline, every business, that's an office supply. Veripack, Granger, these companies report the transactions to Dun & Bradstreet. So that would be number 2. Set up accounts. With at least 3, I would say, of these businesses reporting on a Dun & Bradstreet profile. Number 3. 5 steps to build the family business credit. Step number 3. You want to establish a business cell phone account. A lot of people miss this. But in this day and age, in 2021, there are no businesses or I would say at least very, very few businesses that don't have cell phone service or a mobile phone account, a business mobile phone account. Typically, it's the higher ups, the executives that get the business lines. So when a potential lender is running the credit or doing its underwriting to determine whether or not it's going to extend credit to a business, and it doesn't see a corporate mobile phone account on the business report, I'm not going to say it's a red flag, but I am going to say it looks a little interesting. Same thing if there's no office supplies. Same thing if there's no internet, but we'll get into that later. And you can get around the internet a lot of times because a lot of businesses will contract with a mobile phone service provider and then get like a hotspot device or something. You can obtain the internet a lot of times from the mobile provider. But step 3, you're going to want to get a business account. Now, you may go into, and I'm going to tell you this, you want to go into or even call the mobile service provider, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. You want to go into the store or you want to call them. You want to give them the EIN, the name of the business, the address of the business, and tell them you want to set up a business account. And do not personal guarantee it. Don't give them your social. If you have to, tell them, hey, I don't own the business. Why would I guarantee anything for it? I was just told to open an account. Run it without personal guarantee. Now, they may say, well, there's a deposit. The business is approved for 3 lines or 2 lines with a deposit of $300 on each line. Do it, because they'll give the money back after a year. And it builds business credit. Now the business is paying for your cell phone, and it's not a personal expense. Now it's a write-off. But that'd be number 3. Number 4. Obtain a secured business credit card. You would already have a business banking relationship with a business, checking account. So go to that bank. Talk to them about business secured credit cards. Now, whatever the security is, that's the credit limit. If you're going to secure the business card with $500, the credit limit for the secured card is going to be $500. You give them $500, you can give them $1,000, you may be able to give them $200, give $5,000, $10,000. I would recommend that you secure this business credit card with as much cash as you possibly can. Because the higher the security, the higher the secure card amount, the better it looks. Now, the business first credit card, even if it is a secured card, it's a high limit card. It's $2,000, it's $1,000 or something like that. Now, if you can't do that, you don't have to. You can build up. But if you can, if you have the means, do it. But if you can't, $200, $500, something like that, it's what you want to do. Now, step 5 is kind of, a bonus. But before we do that, I'm going to just let you know we got about 60 seconds left in the broadcast. If you're checking this out online, you're going to want to call in 563-999-3625. Otherwise, you will get disconnected. I'm down to take a call or two. So, 563-999-3625. Otherwise, hey, I can't help you. You got to check out the archive episode. About 30 seconds left. So, If you want to, maybe this can be number one or can be, number 0, I guess. But this isn't a requirement. It definitely isn't a requirement. So I didn't want to put it at the top of the list. But I did want to, bring a little different perspective. And, I'm going to give y'all some more businesses where you can establish trade lines that report to the business in a second here. But if you're really serious, maybe not really serious. Let me rephrase that. If you have the means and you're just absolutely not joking, you want to set up the business for 100% success. You don't want to play around. You don't want to take any shortcuts. This is something serious you're taking. A lot of people miss this, but I would highly recommend that the inception of the business, before you even register the business with the Secretary of State, I would say, number one, make sure that the name of the business is available at the Secretary of State. You can do a search or something like that. There's even a business name reservation. You can reserve a business name. So you don't create the business or start the business. You just pay a little fee to reserve the name so no one else can use the name, either until your reservation expires or until you claim that reservation and create that business. If it's an obscure name like AQB19 TRL24 LLC, okay, man, I doubt anybody has that business name. Fine. But I would, make sure the business name is available, if possible, or if required, reserve it. Make sure it's not taken, and obtain a commercial address first for the business. Or you can find a place where you know that this is going to be the address of the business. Maybe you've spoken with the landlord or the leasing agent or something. But registering the day one, when you create the business with the Secretary of State, registering the business with the Secretary of State with a commercial address in its inception, the first day it's registered, goes a long way to signify the legitimacy of an actual business. Underwriters, they're looking to approve a credit extension or a loan to a business. They're looking at Google Maps. They're doing a lot of different things these days that they have at their fingertips for free. These companies don't even have to pay. Google Maps is free. And they know if it's your house, if you try to put Suite B and it's really apartment number B, it comes back as a residential classified neighborhood. They know that stuff. So creating the company and the first address associated with that company name is an actual commercial address is one of the most solid foundations you can establish and build for creating a very, very robust business credit file, and pretty quickly too. All of these factors come into play. Business has been around for a long time. Business credit existed before personal credit. So it's something, it's definitely something to think about. The other ones I would give you, as far as, vendors to establish, your first couple trade lines on the business credit report will be Staples, Newegg, Newegg. They do like electronics and office supplies and stuff like that. Sears Commercial 1 account and Sunbelt Rentals Net 15 account. The Sunbelt one, I think there's a personal guarantee required, so you may not want to do that because they don't want the social. If you got a CPN, you can slap it, but whatever. The Staples and Office Max for sure. Newegg, those ones for sure. So you got Staples, Office Max, Newegg, right? You've got Sears Commercial 1 account, Sunbelt Rentals, Net 15, Pitney Bowes, Granger, Quill, Uline, MSC Industrial Supply, Veripack. What is that? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. That's 10. That's 10 vendors right there, yo. Now, if you want to get more advanced, you want to get more specific, just book a consultation. Let's talk about you and your family business specifically. You can email me admin@welcometothefoundation.com, or you can go to welcometothefoundation.com and there's a spot on the website to book a consultation. I'm down to assist you in setting up your family business or setting up your business, down to assist you in establishing the family business credit or just the business credit. It doesn't have to necessarily be the family, even though I heavily advocate for family inclusivity. You do me? So, there it is. Dun & Bradstreet number. Business account with the cell phone, commercial business address, secure business card. Get those vendors posting to the credit report of the business. And if you're really serious, from the inception, from the first day you register the company, make sure that it is a commercial address. Hopefully, you were able to learn something new. This isn't the first time that I've spoken about business credit, but each time, I revisit a topic, I do my best to hit it from a different angle. And, even if you've heard one of the other episodes with a similar subject, even if you listen to both of them, I'm looking for you to get something from each one of them. So, I trust that I've done that. I'm going to go to the phone lines as I said I would. I see a couple people with their hands up. If you have any questions, let's talk about business credit. All right? Just, let's stay on topic. So, let me see. First caller, man, it's been a while. 602-9705. Area code 602-9705. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, so it's Albert, Phoenix.
Hey, peace, man.
How you doing
What's going
on? Good month, man. Good to hear from you. You're doing good today. Appreciate you. Information and everything. The only question I got right now, man, it's perfect timing. We just ran into a new customer that we decided to take on, and they requested the way that they do business is the Net 15. And with the Net 15, I wanted to know with that one if there's anything that we can do on the flip side, since we're, I guess, performing or we're providing a little bit of credit towards them, 15 days of credit, to help boost our Dun & Bradstreet number, or would that make us a lender, or anything we could do on our end Would that help build a KAM?
Say your question again, man. You kind of got muffled. I'm sorry.
So basically, instead of us getting a line of credit from someone in net 15, we are now providing that for customers to request. Can we boost our Dun & Bradstreet number of credit, anything like that, and do business that way?
You say you're providing credit to a client.
Yes.
And you want to know if there's a way to protect the business?
No, if we can file that on Dun & Bradstreet to boost our business credit.
Ooh.
That we're providing that 15 for them.
I don't think so. I think it would only be beneficial for them, for their business profile, to show payments that they're paying their credit extension on time.
Okay.
Gotcha. I think we'll just go the other way.
Yeah, that's what I was. One thing that I can see that would help boost our credit, that, you know, our lines of credit that we have, our net 15, to get our product or parts or whatever we need to be able to provide the service for them for their 15-day extension that they need, or their net 15 that they need. So. But I haven't looked into that, and it's perfect time that you had that on your show today. That was a question I had in the back of my head. So that's the only question I got for today.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in. But yeah, I think it would be more beneficial for them versus for y'all.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. We'll catch up with you another time. Thanks for being on, man.
No problem. Thanks for calling in. Have a great evening.
Thank you, brother. You too.
Peace. You know, that was a good question. I've never gotten that question before, in all honesty. There was someone else with their hand up. It looked like they got disconnected. They fell off. And if there are no other questions, I am going to end the broadcast. I definitely want to say that, you know, business credit is what I feel everyone should be really pushing towards. You should be building your personal credit, whether it's through the social or CPN or whatever. I don't care. Hey, whatever. You should be building your personal credit in preparation to use that to build your business credit. Two reasons. Business credit has the capacity to be established much, much further and beyond any individual credit profile, meaning you're going to be able to, with, you know, patience and consistency, dedication, and, you know, having a plan, you're going to be able to obtain much more credit with a business than you can with an individual, unless, you know, the individual is a high net worth, you know, surgeon or, you know, Joe Rogan or something like that, player. But much more credit capacity available in businesses versus individuals, and businesses live in perpetuity, which means they never die. They can be dissolved, they can be bankrupted, you know, they can be wound down, they can be wound up, they can be administratively dissolved, but they don't die. So the ownership and control of the business can be passed on to the next generation, the next generation, the next generation after that. Some of the oldest businesses in the United States are controlled today by a subsequent generation, preceding generation of, you know, the family or the generation that created these businesses. They're very, very important for, you know, this, from the standpoint of family wealth. And the only reason why we're not taught about these things is because those who own businesses, those who create businesses, are more interested in us working for their businesses than starting our own. So it's something to think about. But, whether or not you fully understand or are fully cognizant of the benefits, I suggest, some of the things you don't have to completely understand the benefits to do it. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all checking out the show, 5 Steps to Build Your Family's Business Credit. This is the sequel to the previous show from a couple weeks ago, 5 Steps to Start Your Family Business. I'm 100% confident in your ability. If you need any assistance, you can book a consultation. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. It will be my pleasure to assist you in establishing your family business and subsequently establishing the credit for your family business, getting you set up on the correct, straight and narrow to be the most successful that you can possibly be. Because, what we're doing is we're creating today for our future tomorrow. Not only the future tomorrow of ours, but the future tomorrow of those that we care about, our heirs, our children, our nieces, our nephews, our families, even, our crew, our peoples, our friends. So it's all about what we do today that affects tomorrow. So with that being said, I appreciate you checking out the show, 5 Steps to Build Your Family Business Credit. I think I got a PDF document on credit. You want the PDF document on credit? Email secretary at welcometothefoundation.com. Secretary at welcometothefoundation.com. Y'all email me, I'm going to ignore you. I ain't sending you nothing. If you email the secretary, she'll take care of you. But yeah, you got a business credit PDF document that we put together here at the foundation and send it to you for free. Why not? Just put in the family business credit document from the show in the subject line. You don't even have to say hello, Sot. How you doing? Thanks for the episodes. You don't have to say that. You don't have to. Just put in show document, build your family business credit, secretary at welcometothefoundation.com, and you will be taken care of. Appreciate you for checking out the show. Appreciate y'all being down for the foundation. I appreciate the new listeners. I appreciate all the OG listeners. Appreciate the listeners who've listened and have been down for every single episode that we've conducted here on High Frequency Radio Network with regards to the foundation. I trust y'all to have a great week. I trust in you, and I believe in you, just so believe in yourself. And there's nothing that you can't do, you can't achieve. Y'all take care of yourself. Make sure you enjoy yourself. Take care of your family. And take time out, man. You work. You give a lot of hours to a lot of different places. You give a lot of hours to the job, then you come home, you give hours to the TV, to the networks. You give hours to the kitchen. You give hours to the children. Who knows? Make some time for yourself. I think it's absolutely necessary. So, y'all enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. It's important. My name is Sot L, Seeker of Truth L, Speaker of Truth L, and it has been my pleasure. Absolutely. 100%. So with that being said, once again, I'll catch y'all next week. Same network, the hottest radio network on the planet, High Frequency Radio Network. We'll be here next week, same time. And I'll catch you then. Y'all have a luxurious time. Until then, peace to the God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.